Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Cole and Jay and Baby C. We're starting this one off out here in our garden. We haven't shown y'all any of our garden this year. It's kind of crazy that we haven't. I feel bad about it. A lot of good things have already came and gone, but there are still a lot of great things out here blooming and things ripening on the vine for us to pick, to harvest, for us to eat. So we figured there wouldn't be a better time than now to show y'all kind of what the garden looks like. Some of it looks pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of it looks good. And the reason why it looks kind of rough is probably because this little guy here hasn't learned how to pull weeds yet.
And he's been taking up a lot of our time.
He does take up a lot of our time, but we didn't want to give up on the garden this year. We have a lot of perennials out here blooming. We've planted a bunch of annuals and a bunch of vegetables. So let's just cut right to it. Let's show you guys some of the spots out here, show you guys some of the things that are ripe and ready to be picked off the vine. Okay, so when you first enter the garden, you walk underneath this massive trellis that I built this spring. I had this up last year, but I made it a little bit bigger so we can plant more vines on it. Cypress, do you like the trellis?
Say yes, I do.
One of our favorite things we have growing on this trellis is this little orange vine right here. It is very beautiful. The butterflies love this thing. We also have some passion vines. I'm not sure if I have anything open right now.
Aha.
Here's one right here. It's starting to close up, but that is called a Lady Margaret passion flower. They make these fruits right here, which you can eat once they ripen up. They're pretty tasty. It's kind of like eating a pomegranate. They're sweet, very fruity, but really delicious. That's pretty much all we have on this trellis is the orange flower vine and the passion vines, but it's really nice, and it's starting to cover up really nice. I left it open up here. It's not trellis so that we can get a lot of light coming down. But yeah, that's the trellis. Looks pretty cool, right?
Cypress is amazed by it.
He's amazed by it.
So after you walk into the garden, under the trellis, you just get smacked in the face with clam. Look at that, Cypress. It's so beautiful though.
Yeah, they are beautiful, but they are quite invasive. And the reason why they're so invasive is you see all these little pods on it? Every time when these flowers matures, it turns to this pod, and then it ends up looking like this, and it explodes and throws hundreds of thousands of seeds everywhere in the garden, Cypress.
Wow.
They're crazy. So you definitely have to thin them out in the spring because they will literally take over the entire garden. But we like to have a few. They're very beautiful. Pollinators love them. The big moths love them at night. They're really cool.
Yeah, they go crazy.
Another thing that came up on its own from last year is this big old guy. It looks like the big old giant skyscraper thing.
That's what Cypress is looking at. Look at it.
Yeah, look at that. Here he comes down.
Whoa.
This is called a lion tail, and you can kind of see where it gets the name from. Literally looks like the end of a lion's tail. These little spiky balls here with these orange flowers coming out of it. They throw off a bunch of seeds, but they get really tall. I'm gonna hit him with it. I'm gonna hit you with it. You like that, buddy?
Now what are you looking at? Another one?
Yeah, we have several. I mean, they are so tall. I mean, literally, this guy is like 10 foot tall probably, way up there. It is crazy. And then, of course, in this bed, we've got some milkweed here for the monarchs, different kinds, different varieties of it. And it's all kind of mixed in here. It was supposed to be just a milkweed bed, but we had some of these things invade it and kind of take it over, but it's all right. It'll be all right. I mean, look how tall this milkweed is. It is huge. It's like 8 feet tall. It's insane. Caterpillars are gonna be all over that this fall.
Are you ready to raise some caterpillars?
Say yes. Are you impressed?
Say yes.
Do you want to see the really pretty flower, Cypress? Yes.
I can't wait any longer.
Okay. Let's go show y'all over this way to our more colorful flowers. Got some weeds. Ignore the weeds and just admire all of the zinnias out here. Ooh. Look at all those zinnias. They need to be deadheaded a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're very pretty. Got lots and lots of zinnias. Definitely our favorite, like #1 pollinator plant that we have out here in the garden. Everything loves them, and they just keep blooming and blooming. As long as you deadhead them, they just keep blooming. And of course, another cleome right there, just all up in our space.
All right, so over here we have another trellis, and on it we have this plant, and it is called cypress vine.
And it grows like crazy too.
Yeah.
A lot of the plants we have out here just grow like crazy. The blooms have kind of closed it for the night already. But you can see they have these really nice red blooms. It's also called cardinal climber. Just really cool. It has these really cool big fan leaves. If you need something to cover a trellis in a hurry, this is your plant.
Yes, it is.
It's fun to come up underneath here, especially when we're out here working on a really sunny day. You can always find some shade underneath the cypress vine trellis.
Gosh, we got her. It got me. Dangerous.
And then right behind Jay, we have this bucket here. And inside of this bucket, we have planted my absolute favorite plant of all time, the Mexican sunflower, and it is just now starting to bloom. These things get so big, and they're kind of like zinnias. You can cut the dead heads off and they just keep blooming. And pollinators really, really love it. I mean, look how big this plant is. Stand next to it, Jay. Get a little size comparison of that thing. Look at how bushy that thing got in that big old pot. Wow, that is crazy. And I made sure to have these guys everywhere. We got this one here. We've got one over here. It's blooming. Love those bright orange blooms. This is called a Korean hyssop. The bees love it. And speaking of bees, looky here. Ooh, ooh. This is why we have this planted out here. Look at that. That bee is getting it.
Bees, please.
Bees, please. So like I said, the plants in these buckets are doing really well. That Mexican sunflower is huge. This lantana plant is also huge. Look at all these different colors. This is more of a hummingbird magnet. There'll be like 3 or 4 hummingbirds fighting over this thing every day. They all want a piece of it. It is crazy. And then back here, we've got more zinnias. More zinnias. I tried to make this a rainbow garden. Tried to do orange, red, orange, yellow, green, purple. You can kind of see how that looks. These little green ones are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I really like these. These are called Queen Lime Orange zinnias. There's like an infinity amount of zinnia varieties. We like to plant them all.
Oh yeah, gotta have lots of zinnias.
So that's pretty much all of the flowers we have out here blooming. There's a few like leftover things out here from earlier in the year, but they're not that spectacular at all. But what is spectacular out here right now is all the veggies that we have coming on. We've been harvesting tomatoes and peppers and eggplants like for the last month or so, pretty hardcore. And right now, if you turn around here, look at this trellis here is loaded with beans, tons of beans. These are called yard-long purple beans. Look at that, and this thing is loaded with them. They are so good. They're just green beans. You just cut them up and cook them like you would any other green bean. There might be one in there longer than cypress.
What?
That'd be crazy. So we're actually, I guess, going to pick some of these because they are getting nice and ripe. You don't want them to get too big. Get that big guy, those big guys. That one, this one's probably good. Any more? Here's some green ones. So these are the yard-long green beans, not the purple ones. Look basically the same. They're not quite a yard long, but they're definitely big and ripe. They actually don't get 3 feet long. This little zone right here is our square foot garden, and it looks pretty crazy right now, I've got to say. In the back row we have tomatoes. In the middle we have eggplants, carrots, peppers, just a little bit of everything. And over here we've got some bush beans. We had a big storm last night and knocked some of the tomato plants over. I need to get a bigger stake and get them stood back up so they can trellis back up the main stake. But we have a lot of things in here that are ready to be picked, including this giant eggplant right here. Look at this one.
Goodness.
That's a monster.
Goodness.
That is crazy. Here we got this basil. That smells really good.
Oh yeah.
Look at these peppers.
Oh, my favorite.
It's our first yellow bell pepper of the year. That's exciting. There's another one down here. All these plants have done really, really well in this square foot garden. The idea of this growing method is to get the most amount of food you can get in the most limited amount of space, and I think we're doing it right. This is crazy. This is our first year trying it. We'll definitely be putting more of these in the future. But also it's been really great. Here's another big eggplant right there. Look at that one. Big guy.
Thanks.
What's been really great has been growing all these tomatoes in here. I'm about to cut off a giant cluster in here. That is a nice ripe cluster of tomatoes. Those are yellow brandywines. I need to get in there and cut those out. Woo, look
Wow.
at that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that one there doesn't look too good. He might have been on there a little long. This one here will be turtle food. Look at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
but
that's
those two look fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
Those are great.
Woohoo!
So we're not growing all of this food for us. We're also sharing with the turtles and the puppies. Buggy loves green beans. We'll cut some off and show you guys how much he likes them. Also just found some nice grape tomatoes in there. We've got some atomic grapes here, and we have some sunrise bumblebees. These are really good. These are probably my favorites. I don't really like tomatoes that much. These are probably my favorite ones that we're growing this year. And then Jay really likes these atomic grapes.
Oh yeah, they are so delicious.
And they're really beautiful. They're like all little works of art. Really nice. So the last thing we're gonna get out of here before we move on is get some of these dragon tongue beans. These are the ones that Buggy really, really loves. Get a few of these for her to snack on. Junebug doesn't really like the beans. I wouldn't have thought that Junebug would be the picky one because Buggy seems to be more picky, but she loves these beans so much. And so do Jay and I. They are so delicious. Look at that.
Nice.
We just snap them and boil them. They're just really good, but Buggy likes to eat them fresh. So let's take these over to Buggy and let's see how much she enjoys them.
Buggy's like waiting at the gate. She's like, did someone say beans?
Beans, please.
I'm here for the beans.
You here for the beans, Buggy?
Beans, please.
Buggy, are you here for the beans? You here for the beans, Buggy? You want the beans?
Oh my goodness.
There you go. Yummy.
Aww.
Junebug, you want a bean? He's like, not really. Hey, Buggy, you want your bean? Mmm, that's yummy. That's delicious, isn't it, Buggy? Want one more? One more bean? Oh, there she goes. She can take it over there and eat it. Dang, guys, that's a nice haul.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one weighs more, Cypress or this thing of vegetables. They're both pretty heavy.
Yeah, those tomatoes are pretty big, and then those huge eggplants, those are crazy. I mean, I'm holding next to Cypress. Look at that.
Cypress.
That eggplant is huge. Those are gonna be delicious.
Oh yeah.
So it's late, we're getting bit by mosquitoes, so we're gonna take these guys in and we're gonna show you guys what else we have going on in the house right now. Remember how I said we don't grow all these tomatoes for us? We've got some hungry box turtles here. Tina's going in for a big chunk. Tony's getting him some. We got Scarlet Flare going in. We love our box turtles. And we love that they love to eat these rotten tomatoes that we get out there sometimes. Look at Tony go. Tina's getting that yellow brandywine we just picked. Tina's a messy eater. Okay guys, y'all enjoy y'all's tomatoes, enjoy y'all's night. We will see y'all tomorrow. Bye turtles. Somebody up there is excited to be alive. That's Cicada's getting it.
Okay, well it's actually the next day. Cypress got a little tired out in the garden last night, but now he wants to show you guys his pet fish. So come on, let's go look at him. This is probably his favorite thing right now, honestly.
Okay, got him in his bouncer. You excited to see your fish, buddy? You excited to feed him? You want to feed the fishies?
Get your hand out of your mouth.
Okay, so here are his fish. They're doing excellent. The green sunfish are doing really great. There's our little long-eared sunfish. Look at him. All these guys have hungry eyes. We've got them trained now.
Yeah, it did not take long.
It didn't take long at all. Are you ready to feed the fish, Cypress? You excited? How excited are you? So excited. So excited. Yeah. All right, let's feed the fishies.
Okay, here we go, Cypress. Here we go.
I know the fish are excited about it. Woo, there they go.
Whoa, look, Cypress. Whoa.
So we have 4 green sunfish in here. Those 3 are kind of like the alpha males. They seem to always get first dibs on the stuff. This guy over here, he kind of just hangs out by the filter. Not really sure what's wrong with him. Long-eared sunfish getting on the action. Nice. He said, I'm just gonna get one, come back down here, I'll get another one in a minute. What we also do is we get this flake food. We drop some of this in here. I'll just put it in here through the back. And the long-eared sunfish actually likes that a little bit more than those pellets. Such a pretty fish. Cypress, you love it? Cypress will literally sit here for like an hour in the morning, every morning, just watching these fish swim around. Oh, and by the way, we've got a new addition to the tank. This guy was actually in one of our other fish tanks. This is Carl Jr. We decided to put him in here. He'd be kind of like our little scavenger, get the flakes and stuff that gets on the bottom. He's like a vacuum cleaner. It's great having a little catfish in there. We thought we'd put some crawfish in there, but we think the green sunfish should probably kill the crawfish.
Yeah, probably.
There you go. Long-eared sunfish getting some flakes. Yeah. Yeah. Say fishy. So as you guys can probably tell, we are all really enjoying our new fish tank, especially Cypress. The fish are doing really well. It didn't take long to get the fish trained to eat their fish food. We've been incorporating some natural food to their diet too, like some crickets, some worms, but mainly they just like those pellets and flakes. They just go crazy about them, and Cypress just could sit there all day watching them. We're still thinking about adding a few more fish to the tank, maybe some more long-eared sunfish, maybe some more baby tiny catfish to kind of help with cleanup, but you know, that's still to be determined. We're just still kind of figuring out the dynamic of these fish in there, but overall, they're getting along pretty well, and they're not killing each other, which is definitely really good. We were kind of worried about the green sunfish for a little bit, but they've calmed down. But anyway, so we've shown you our garden, we've shown you the turtles, we've shown you the fish tank, but we have something here in this house we've had for maybe a week and a half now. We've been keeping it kind of a secret. Cypress has got a new pet. And it is massive. It's the largest of its kind in all of North America, actually.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a real treat to actually have one with us in our house to raise. It is so crazy.
He's so excited.
Isn't it, Cypress?
He's so excited to tell you all about it.
He might be a little bit intimidated by it, honestly.
Oh yeah.
This is a really intimidating creature, but it's all a ruse. It's not that scary at all. And it eventually turns into something very beautiful. Hint, hint, as to what we're talking about. But we have it here in the living room. We're going to walk over, we're going to show you guys its enclosure, but we'll probably take it out of the enclosure so you guys can get a really good look at it.
Yeah.
But this guy is massive. You're not going to want to miss this. So let's head over there to that tank and let's show you guys our awesome new pet, or I guess Cypress's awesome new pet. It's really just for him.
Lucky boy.
You lucky guy, you get all the cool pets. So the beast lives inside of this enclosure. You can see we've got some nice leaves in there. You can't really see him yet. You might can see him in the back. Don't want you to see him just yet because we want to get him out so you can see him in all of his glory. The lighting's not that good in here. So let's take him out of here and let's show you guys this amazing creature. You ready to show him, Cypress? All right, Bubba, we got you outside now. You ready to show the people your crazy new pet?
Oh yeah.
Dada's ready. Daddy's been ready for a while now. This guy is a beast. Okay, so we've got our critter. You ready? Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
Look at the size of that caterpillar. Isn't that crazy, Cypress?
That's massive.
So this is actually a regal moth caterpillar. They get the nickname Hickory horned devil because, as you can see, these guys are covered in these tiny little spines. They have the crazy, like, crests of spines on their head. Now, although these guys look very intimidating, those spines are not very sharp and they do not sting. So I actually found this guy when I went out wade fishing with my dad about a week and a half ago. We were climbing out of the creek to start making the walk back, and I ran into a sweet gum tree, and it just so happened that this caterpillar was right in front of my face. He was much smaller than, though. He was actually red too, but those little horns on his head gave him away. I was like, oh, wow, it's a regal moth caterpillar. These are like one of the most rare caterpillars to find just because they're just not all over the place. And I haven't honestly seen one in like 10 years in the wild, which is so crazy. And I was so stoked, and I hiked 3 miles out with this caterpillar so we could bring it home and raise it for Cypress. They turn into an amazing moth. They are so huge. I actually have a specimen inside. We'll show you guys what they look like. But man, isn't that cool, Cypress?
Oh yeah. Say it look cool on your hand, Dada.
I know. Wow, Cy, look at that.
Look at that. Mama's got him.
Mama's got it. Mom called dibs on it, buddy. You know what dibs means?
Isn't that so cool?
Isn't that awesome, buddy? Look at how big it is. It's like bigger than your face.
Yeah, look.
Look at that. Wow.
Whoa.
Huge.
He's awesome looking, isn't he?
You are a lucky baby to get to see a hickory horned devil in real life.
You might be the first baby ever to have a regal moth as a pet.
That is so crazy. So I've had this guy since he was about 1.5 inches long. He is now getting close, especially when he extends, to be, I mean, I would say like 5 inches long.
Yeah.
He is huge. And soon, like very soon, like within the next day or so, he's actually going to go underground, shed his skin for the final time, and make a cocoon. And then he's going to be underground for a while, transforming into a beautiful regal moth. Hopefully it'll emerge this fall. What a crazy creature. And like I said, guys, while these guys are quite intimidating, they are completely harmless. If you ever see one of these, just let them be. Don't squish them. Don't run away from them. Just admire them and just appreciate how cool they are.
They are absolutely incredible.
All right, so I just ran inside and grabbed our only specimen we have of an adult regal moth. This guy is really awesome, and you can see how beautiful they are. This one's actually a little bit beat up, but this is the only one I have. You can see the orange coloration of the abdomen, the thorax, and you can see those nice buttery yellow spots along those orange wing veins. And he's got a pretty big wingspan too. He's about 4.5 inches long, but they can have a wingspan up to like 6.5 inches or maybe even 7. So cool. Isn't that cool, Cypress?
So cool.
Look at that. Now guys, in case y'all are wondering, no, we do not intend to mount our pet regal moth once it emerges, unless it comes out in the middle of winter time. Now when these guys emerge, these guys only live for like 6 or 7 days as adults, like max. They spend most of their lifetime as a juvenile. The only thing these guys think about when they come out as an adult is to make some cute little babies, like Cypress. Right? Right? These guys don't even have mouth parts. You look at his head, he's got no mouth parts. They don't eat, they don't do anything but make adorable little moth babies, which are actually not that adorable if you think about it. Real moth caterpillars aren't super adorable to most people, but they are adorable to us. And you're adorable, Cypress. You're so adorable. You've been a good boy this morning. All right, guys, well, I think that's gonna just about wrap up today's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us around the house the last couple of days. Getting to see our garden for the first time this summer, getting an update on the fish tank, and then of course, seeing our massive new pet. That caterpillar is awesome, isn't it, Cypress?
Oh, yeah.
It is so cool. We're wanting to start to incorporate more of these vlog style videos on our channel, just so we can keep you guys updated with what's going on with us around the house, but mainly just so we can document more of Cypress throughout these early stages of his life. It's great being able to make these videos for him to look back on, for us to look back on, just to see how much he's growing each and every week. And we know that, you know, putting them on YouTube, they're gonna be there forever, hopefully. So that's just really fun. And he loves being on camera, right, Cypress? He said it's questionable.
That's all I know.
It's all he knows so far. Hopefully he'll love it. This camera is not gonna get out of his face anytime soon. But guys, we hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If so, do us a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to our channel. We are getting so close to the 200,000 subscriber mark. It would mean the world if you could smash that subscribe button, help us reach that goal. But until next time, we're Colin J and Baby C, and we'll see ya on the next one.
Watch the camera, buddy. Oh.